I'm Devorah Wallen, and I'd like to share my Tea for Two, my Torah thought, for 2 minutes, more or less. This week's Torah portion is Shemini, yet it's almost eclipsed by the Passover holiday that begins Wednesday night with the first Seder. Passover, or Pesach, represents the liberation of the Israelites from Egypt. Over the 2+ centuries that the Jewish people were enslaved in Egypt, we gained a pathetic slave mentality. Burnt out and impatient, we were not expecting freedom, nor ready for it. Although finally and mercifully, Hashem, with Moshe's leadership, took us out with his outstretched arm, which we read about in the Haggadah, we remained pitifully stubborn and negative after our exodus. Our stiff-necked nature made it hard for Moshe to lead us. We ranted and raved, complaining in our desert journeys. Moshe even lost his opportunity to enter the Promised Land because of our complaints when he impatiently hit the rock instead of speaking to it, as Hashem asked him to. Although Passover has many names, the English word Passover is the most familiar one, Pesach, which means Passover. This refers to the plague of death when the angel of death passed over the homes of the Israelites. It's also called Chag HaAviv, the holiday of the springtime, because this is when Israel and all other countries in this hemisphere experience the spring, which is the renewal and growing process. At the time of the first Passover, the Jewish people became a new nation released from slavery. Daily, several times in our prayers and blessings, we mention this holiday and its history with the words Zecher Lietzias Mitzrayim, a remembrance of the going out of Egypt. What is the significance of this, and why do we need to talk about this every day? We know the Torah must have relevance for us today. The eternal lesson is that, as humans, we are bound by constraints and limitations of many kinds. Slavery is not just a physical situation, but it is a state of mind. Each of us needs to understand what our limitations are. The word Yetzias Mitzrayim, that we remember daily, means going out of Egypt. However, the word Mitzrayim has the root Meitzar, which means boundary, limitation, or constraint. Passover is not just a remembrance of our ancestors going out of Egypt thousands of years ago, but it should be for each of us a daily remembrance. Every day we should strive to go beyond what we are currently able to do, going Mechael El Choel, from strength to strength, expanding out of our concentric boundaries. May this Pesach be a true holiday of freedom, passing over our limitations as individuals, as a people, and as the world.